Thank you, Sebastian and Manu and 23bis for having me. My little story for how I know 23bis, and I really have to thank them, is that we worked together on the climate law, which we won in Switzerland, thank God. And so they helped us with the video for all the companies to try and get the responsibility to vote yes. So thank you, all of you. So I'm not here to speak about the vote. So I'm Vanessa from Patagonia, and I'm here to speak to you about oceans. So I'm going to speak to you about oceans, but I'm first going to show you what I love. This is my backyard. This is where I live. Pretty incredible. And these peaks stand tall, and they're perfect right now. They're snow-capped, perfect. We look at them, we're inspired. They're timeless and unwavering, and they create an awe feeling when you look at them. And they are my backyard. And they leave a mark on my soul, and they fuel a passion and a commitment to share this with everyone. I always speak about my mountains. And in Switzerland, 3/4 of the population spend their time in mountains, and they look for connection and peace and inspiration. I've worked for Patagonia, so working for Patagonia for the past 9 years has given me a lot of food for thought. When I started 9 years ago, I got the job, and I thought, wow, I'm gonna work for an outdoor brand, pretty cool. And I grew up in Canada, so when we know about Canada, about Patagonia for a long time, and so I got the job and was like, cool, I'm gonna work for an outdoor brand, I'm gonna sell some clothes, it's gonna be great, easy. But actually at Patagonia, do a lot more than just selling clothes. It's a lot more about, than having fun and selling clothes, and you really have to think about what you're doing, and you start to learn about fighting for what you love and what you want to take care of. And the questions are asked, who is actually taking care of what we love? And who is behind it? Are there people looking after it for us? And are there people standing up for what we really want our future to look like? And that's when we come to, Patagonia has a mission statement, and this is where I come in, where I realized that we had this mission statement, and it became the guiding light for me. So we're in business to save our home planet, and it directs everything that we do at Patagonia. It directs our product creation, it directs our campaigns, and influences the narratives we share. And this message, this mission, obviously is quite urgent. It gives you this feeling of, we're gonna save it. Are we? Are we really gonna do it? And it's also quite a big statement to wake up to every morning. Every morning, we're in business to save our home planet. So everything you do, every day, you think about that mission, no matter whether you work or not. I want you all to take a breath. And now I want you to take another breath. And that second breath, it just came from the oceans. So my love is for the mountains. However, I'm sure there's some of you here who love the oceans and find peace in those oceans. I'm going to tell you stories about oceans and try and get you to understand the campaign or my pitch to you about oceans. Do you remember the first time you were at the ocean and you had your feet in the sand and you touched that waves and you felt them? Do you remember the first time you took a seashell and put it to your ears and heard the waves in them? That feeling, that moment of peace. And someone tonight said to me, that moment of freedom. When you go out in the ocean and you feel freedom. It's a very special feeling. And oceans are powerful. And it has a mind of its own. And we should never turn our back on the oceans. The ocean covers 71% of our planet, with 50 to 80% of all life found beneath the surface. The ocean is a life support system for Earth, providing us with free goods and essential services from the food we eat up to the oxygen we breathe. The ocean regulates the global climate, drives our weather systems, determining temperature, rainfall, drought, and floods. The ocean is the world's largest carbon store, and we must protect the ocean so it can protect us. Why am I speaking to you about oceans today? So it's a powerful climate solution, and we share these seas. They absorb 25% of human-driven carbon emissions, support abundant biodiverse fish populations, and generate renewable energy that can end our reliance on fossil fuels and provide at least half the oxygen we breathe. So I want you to think about that second breath again, which came from the ocean. And yet 3% of its fully shielded is from human-driven damage. We are not talking about something that's wishful thinking, but a viable pathway towards new coastal economies. By protecting what we have, this campaign will explore existing solutions to the ocean degradation. This campaign is optimistic, joyous, and realistic. We connect people to the ocean in the same way that ocean connects all of us. So we want to protect the European waters, and we will focus on a call to ban bottom sea trawling. It is the most destructive and extractive forms of fishing. So I want you to take a look at this photo. This photo, it shows you how pristine the ocean can be, and it was. And we are looking to protect that. So we're taking this pristine ecosystem like this, and now we're talking about something that looks like this. So when I talk about bottom sea trawling, we're talking about big, big nets that are the size of 2 double-decker buses that are reaching across underneath after a boat and tearing up the ocean floor, and in its way, pulling out animals, fish, seaweed, plants, everything that's in its way, and destructing and making a barren, lifeless underwater desert. And it's also, the bottom trawling is also a major contributor to CO2, where every year, bottom trawling releases 1 billion tons of CO2 back into the atmosphere. And this equates to our aviation sector. I'm going to show you just a quickly film.
Trawling is a particularly insane way to fish, which includes dragging a net the size of a football field over the seafloor. So you end up with huge amounts of bycatch, all this stuff that you didn't really mean to catch. Also, bottom trawling has a huge carbon footprint because it takes so much fuel to have these big boats dragging these huge nets, stirring up all the sediment and mud down in the bottom, and it's releasing carbon. The more selective the method of fishing, the more sustainable it is. Protect the ocean so it can protect us.
So there I gave you a bit of what bottom sea trawling is, and here I'm going to give you a glimpse of our campaign and the numbers. So we've been running this campaign since June, World Ocean Day, June 8th, and here you have some numbers. So 4 is the number of films we created at Patagonia. We did 4 European films to talk about bottom sea trawling. 84, we did 84 in-store activations up till now in our retail stores to make sure that people know what's going on. 190,000 film views from our partner host WaterBear, which is a link which was someone that helped us create the campaign. 124,000, hopefully today we have a bit more, but we have 124,000 signatures to date for our petition on protecting the oceans. We have 1,800 square meters. So this was created on the beach in Osgore, and this is a 1,800 square meter out of office kind of advertising campaign to talk about protecting the oceans. We have 552,000 clicks on our ocean ads websites, and we have 3.9 million views already on our videos. So hopefully we're getting there and talking about oceans to people that don't even care about oceans. And of course, media is a big part of our ocean campaign. We need the media to back us, and we continue to bring press and PR and influencers to talk about what's going on in those oceans. And we also do it through our sports. So Patagonia is not just a brand about environmentalism, we're a brand about sports. So we bring our sports in there, and we bring core speed sports to talk about oceans through surfing, through sailing, and through all the different ways that they can talk about this campaign. We also have many, many events. So we've done events all over Europe with our different NGOs. We had a steering group of 19 NGOs who helped build this campaign with us. And we did events from San Sebastian to London to Amsterdam to Ericeira to Venice, talking about oceans. We had mermaids on the stage, we had orchestras on the stage, we had a whole bunch of different kind of people to kind of inspire you to think about those oceans and ways to connect with the ocean and with us. And we made sure to the next step is to make sure you do it digitally. So of course we're always online to make sure that our campaign is happening and live and speaking to our customers and getting our communities active. We worked with our wholesale partners, so when I talk about wholesale, we're talking about Globetrotter in Germany, we're talking about Transa in Switzerland, we're talking about Ellison Brigham in England. So all those wholesale partners are helping to activate their communities to talk about the Oceans campaign. We worked with our retail stores and our wholesale stores to bring artists to life, to make sure that those windows look different, and we're not just selling product, we're talking about oceans. So we made sure to always bring artists in, local artists, to paint them and make them look different and to inspire you when you walk by. So here you have some more imagery of how our wholesale dealers put it into their stores, which is a big deal for us because normally wholesale dealers want to just sell product. And then we have still digital posts that are going live. So here are a few examples of our digital posts that we're going to continue to run, and we'll change them up as we go along. And of course, all these channels go into a petition. So our final goal is to get a petition and a law change. So this is not just a campaign where we talk about it and make you inspire and think it's a nice story. We actually want to create a law. And so our petition right now, how it's performing, this is a couple weeks ago, is where we're at 124,000. Our main players were Germany, France, and the UK, and that's where our biggest Patagonia footprint is. But we're hoping to push everyone in to say, yes, we believe that oceans are important, and we need to sign this petition. So what's next? Our petition is a long way from being done. Like I said, we need 500,000 signatures to have impact, to create this new law to stop bottom sea trawling. We are looking for more partners, we're looking for more stories, we're looking for more NGOs, businesses, and individuals to collaborate. So we're open to any discussion. We're planning to bring our petition, as you see in the photo, on fall 24, so September 2024, with the local fisheries, because we're obviously helping these local fishermen and not the big men. We want to help them get their fishing back into play. And so we'll be bringing this petition to try and create the law in fall 2024. We have created 7 films globally, so 4 films in Europe, and these are a bit of the films you can see. They are all online on YouTube, so please watch them. And I'm just going to share a quick trailer with you now.
One of the issues with the sea is that it's sort of out of sight, out of mind in terms of what is happening beneath the surface of the sea. And we treat it like a trash pit with such disrespect, forgetting how important it is for all of our survival.
Nosotros en este país siempre salía 15 años atrás, que era el país más limpio del mundo, de Latinoamérica. Pero resulta que no, pues ahora estamos metidos hasta el cuello, con perdón de la palabra, en la mierda.
아하, 이거다.
To revive our oceans, we need to think about things differently.
Proteger lugares así es algo clave para tener una esperanza como humanidad.
People have power to change. If they know, they might care. And if they care, they might start asking questions. Like, why are we doing this? And why can't we change?
É como alguém ter caído no chão e precisar da nossa ajuda para se levantar e continuar a correr.
So the good news is you guys can all get involved by learning more and taking action to stop this devastating practice across our ocean ecosystem by signing the global petition, there's your code, and taking action in your communities. And so please do this or pass it on. And another thing I wanted to end with is we're a field of dandelions, so all of you are dandelions here. And those dandelions we're pushing and we're growing, and they're kind of like weeds, and you try and get rid of those weeds, and they keep on spreading, these dandelions. And so that's what I'm saying to you tonight is those weeds, they spread, and then when you try and pull them out, those seeds, they spread out. But if you leave the dandelion, it eventually becomes like this, and we can blow it, and the seeds go everywhere, and you can pass the message along. So please be a dandelion and pass the message along. Because as the ancient proverb says, and what we say at Patagonia is, if you want to go fast, you're going to go alone. But if you want to go far, we're going to do this together.